Hello. I'd like to wish a very happy Thanksgiving to everyone celebrating the feast. Despite the difficult circumstances in which many find themselves, there's still much to be thankful for. I'm delighted that the college can host a celebration thanks to our wonderful catering team who are serving up a traditional Thanksgiving feast for our college community to enjoy. In a very challenging year, taking time to celebrate everything that's good in the world will lift our spirits, I hope, and help us to look forward to better times to come. Have a lovely day.
Happy Thanksgiving. That's the traditional greeting for this very special holiday, which we are sharing together at St. Hugh's College on this last Thursday in November. It's normally thought of as a North American holiday, and indeed, if held on the last Thursday of November, it is specifically an American holiday, but it's a very good tradition indeed to have here at St. Hugh's College, and I'll tell you why. First, the original Thanksgiving Day, as we think of it, in 1621, was held by the British. There was no America then, there were no Americans like me, and so these were British settlers from Plymouth, England, who went to colonize what is now New England, and hence they called it Plymouth also. So it's really a British holiday historically. The first Thanksgiving in 1621 was also part of a much longer tradition, indeed an ancient tradition, of giving thanks for annual harvests. This is why it is held in late autumn, in November. And we think the original celebration was held over a 3-day period, which might have even lasted up into December. We get that from a letter written at that time. And so it's part of a tradition of giving thanks for harvests that crosses all religions and all cultures. And we see it in ancient and in modern and contemporary cultures still today. It was also a multicultural event, so it was by no means just, for example, a Christian holiday. The Plymouth people who settled, the British settlers, were indeed devout Christians, which is one of the reasons they went to America. But this was held with Wampanoag Native First Nation Americans, and indeed there were more of them than there were the British at this first celebration. And they all gathered together, they shared their crops and their food, and they all gave thanks according to their own traditions. Thanksgiving is, finally, just a good opportunity to give thanks. Giving thanks is whatever our beliefs, whatever our viewpoints, or nationalities, and so forth. Thanksgiving is just mentally healthy. It's good to think of reasons to count our blessings, even if sometimes, indeed, we might have to stretch to do that. In fact, we have something in common with those first settlers in that there was a terrible epidemic that decimated the population of that Plymouth colony, and more than half of them died. Indeed, almost all of the women, 78%, it's guessed from correspondence of that time period. On a much lighter note, finally, Thanksgiving is all of the above aside about great food and friends who can be like family if we are, like myself, away from family at this time of year, and St. Hugh's is a wonderful place for that. So once again, I wish you a really great and a happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving from me and Don. You can tell he loves pumpkin pie as much as I do. Whether it's the pumpkin pie, the politics, family, friends, or the vaccine, we have a lot to be thankful for this year, and I hope that you're having as wonderful a Thanksgiving as I am. Happy Thanksgiving.
Hello, my name is Adina Henson, and I wanting to share with you today a couple of my favorite Thanksgiving recipes. As most of you will know, this Thursday is the traditional American Thanksgiving, and this recipe is a savory. It only takes 6 ingredients, and I like to use my mom's a recipe that comes out of this book here, this cookbook, and it makes it even more special, and I feel more connected to my family. So to get started, and so you combine milk, there's the 60 and 120 and 180 milligrams. Then you want to mix together the soup. So you want to mix that in there. So a teaspoon of soy sauce. You want to have, for the pepper, we want to have an 8 teaspoon. So all we need to do is literally mix that up. Take our beans. The lovely thing about this is it takes no time to put together. This is the extra ingredient that you want to add, and they're called crispy fried onions. You want to put about 1/3 of the container and mix those up. And so all you do, literally, is pour that all through on top of the green beans. And it's ready for the oven. Now, how simple was that? And the finished product of the green bean casserole, delicious. My favorite dessert is obviously pumpkin pie. And thankfully, here in this country, we now can get pureed pumpkin. So all we need to do is combine these ingredients. So it just takes 1 tin of pumpkin, and then you take 1 can, and I use the lighter version, of condensed milk, which has your milk and also your sweetener in it. And then 1 egg. And this is great for letting your children or grandchildren get involved and help you, because obviously it is really simple. And we have 1 teaspoon salt. And this is my favorite, is the spices. So a teaspoon of nutmeg, a teaspoon of ginger, and especially the cinnamon. 1.5 teaspoons of cinnamon. And mix together. And again, all you need to do is now put it in your pie crust and then put it in the oven. Oh, it smells delicious. Now, after approximately 45 minutes, the magic pumpkin pie. Enjoy!